Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, says the choice of who leads Nigeria ultimately belongs to Nigerians. The Inec chair reiterates Inec is not a political party and has no candidate in the coming election, pledging that the Commission will only focus on a transparent electoral process and uphold what transpires at the polling unit. The Inec boss made the statements of commitment during his meeting with the United States Assistant Secretary of State for Bureau of Africa Affairs, Molifi, and the U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Beth Leonard, on Monday in Abuja. In her remarks, Molifi was point blank that the United States is not backing any candidate or party, but backs the process and democracy. Fee, who expressed great confidence that the election will be successful, sued for peace, noting that under the leadership of Professor Yakubu, all Nigerians are now confident in the integrity of the upcoming poll.
Nigerian election is huge, and the Commission is committed to the process. INEC is only interested in the process. The Commission is not a political party. We have no candidates in the election. We'll only focus on the process. The choice ultimately belongs to the people of Nigeria, and the Commission will uphold the choice made by Nigerians. We are committed to free, fair, credible, inclusive, and I must also add, verifiable elections in 2023. So I want to reassure you that we are on the same page in our total commitment to a credible, free and fair process, and to assure Nigerians that we'll uphold only that which transpires at the polling units, and that is the will of the Nigerian people.
We are honored to be here to see you today. We're proud of our contribution in technical assistance to help you meet the challenges of conducting such a large election in such a large and diverse country. And we, like your other international partners, are confident that you will succeed. I do want to emphasize the importance of conducting a peaceful election. And I do want to emphasize that every citizen, every stakeholder, every party involved in the election has a responsibility before the election, during the campaign period, during the election, and after the election to be peaceful. Finally, I do want to make clear that the United States does not back any candidate or party. We back the process.
Earlier, the Commission met with registered political parties in Nigeria for an update on preparations for the forthcoming polls. The electoral umpire informed the parties that election will now hold in 176,606 polling units instead of 176,846, following the removal of 240 redundant polling units across 28 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. It also disclosed that it is at the final stage of issuing 1,642,386 identification cards to polling and collation agents nominated by political parties, and warned unaccredited agents to stay away from the polling units on election day or risk arrest and prosecution for impersonation. The Commission further expressed concern about violent attacks on supporters of political parties across the board. On his part, National Chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, Yabagi Sani, warned that under no circumstances should the coming election be postponed. He, however, reaffirmed confidence in the leadership of INEC for its consistent demonstration of diligence in the execution of its mandate.
You may recall that in 2021, with your support and that of other critical stakeholders, the Commission successfully expanded voter access to polling units 25 years after the last limitation exercise in 1996. Consequently, the number of polling units increased from 119,973 to the current figure of 176,846. At previous meetings, we also briefed you on our efforts to redistribute voters to the polling units in order to avoid the congestion that made voting cumbersome in many of them nationwide. This requires the redistribution of voters to new polling units in proximate locations. Where they are separated by distance, this must be done after consultation with the voters. This has been done by our state offices nationwide. However, there are 240 polling units without registered voters spread across 28 states and the Federal Capital Territory. They range from 1 polling unit to 12 polling units in each state and the FCT, except Taraba and Imo states with 34 and 38 polling units respectively. No new registrants choose the polling units and no voters indicated interest to transfer to them during the last continuous voter registration exercise, mainly for security reasons. This means that no elections will be held in these polling units. In our avowed commitment to transparency, the Commission is making available to Nigerians a comprehensive list of these polling units by name, code number, and their locations by state, local government, and registration areas. With this development, the number of polling units where elections will hold nationwide on 25th February 2023 and 11th March 2023 is now 176,606, and we have made the details of these polling units available to all political parties and to all Nigerians, as we'll upload the information on our social media platforms. The Commission is advising voters to confirm the locations of their polling units through a dedicated portal linked to our website. In addition, all voters who have been assigned to new polling units will receive text messages from the Commission indicating their polling units.
The election manager has also gone to the university community to seek help on how to close the gap of 23,258 personnel required as collation and returning officers for the elections. Professor Yakubu, meeting vice chancellors of federal universities in Nigeria, requested for suitable academic staff of impeccable integrity. He said staff who are card-carrying members or have participated in partisan politics should not be nominated. Responding, the chairperson of the Committee of Vice Chancellors and Vice Chancellor University of Benin, Professor Lilian Salami, acknowledged the recognition given to university staff by Inec and pledged that they will not disappoint the country.
As in previous elections, we have requested each university for a specific number and category of academic staff as contained in my letter to the Vice Chancellors. I must warn that staff who are card-carrying members or have participated in partisan politics should not be nominated. Similarly, those who may not be involved in partisan politics but are known to have obvious political leanings should not be nominated. Furthermore, those who have been convicted of electoral malpractice must be excluded. The Commission will carefully scrutinize the list, which must be submitted confidentially in the manner prescribed in my letter to you. And like all election duty personnel, each collation and returning officer will swear to an oath of neutrality, and this is a requirement of the Electoral Act 2022.
At another engagement, Inec sought the support of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) in the expeditious handling of some of the 1,241 pre-election litigations it is presently joined. The Inec chairman informed the NBA delegation, led by its president Yakubu Michael, that although political parties have conducted primaries and submitted names of candidates, the Commission is inundated with pre-election cases which are on the increase.
Under the current submitted names of candidates to the Commission for election. But some of the cases have gone to the Federal High Court, some are before the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, and others are before the Supreme Court. On pre-election litigation alone, as of Monday this week, the 6th of February, Inec has been joined in 1,241 cases, making us one of the most litigated against agencies in the country. These cases have nothing to do with elections conducted by Inec. They are primary elections conducted by political parties. But each time they go to court, they join the commission, and we have to engage either our own in-house lawyers, or we have to farm the cases out to external legal firms to represent the commission. Out of these 1,241 cases, over 300 are right now before the Court of Appeal. So we appreciate the support of the Bar Association in handling some of these cases. I know that you have the capacity to do some of these cases, particularly pro bono as service to the nation. So we look forward to some suggestions and ideas from the Bar Association about how we can collaborate with you to ensure that these cases are handled and dealt with expeditiously.
Placing premium on training, the Commission has conducted a nationwide training for supervisory presiding officers (SPOs) ahead of the polls. The Inec chairman, in the company of some national commissioners, visited a training center located at Government Secondary School, Gariki, Abuja on Saturday. The Inec boss said the SPOs will be supervising the presiding officers that will conduct the election at the polling unit level, stressed the need to equip them with the requisite knowledge to conduct free, fair and credible polls. With just 10 days to the presidential and National Assembly elections, Inec is working round the clock to fulfill its promise of a free, fair, credible and inclusive election driven by technology, the best yet in the history of Nigeria.